How's it going, everybody? So we're going to go over right now today. We're going to talk about the 10 accessories that are almost an absolute must when you get your Tesla. Now we have a Tesla Model Y long range edition all-wheel drive, and these are some of the things that we bought during the time between when we ordered the car and when we actually picked it up. So we had about 6 weeks there. It was a perfect time to kind of gather up stuff and get ready for it. And it's been about 6 months since we got the car, so I'm going to look back at them and see whether or not we actually used them, whether or not we actually liked them or like them, and also determine if it's actually something that you really need or not. So you guys are watching The Tall Tesla Guy. So we're going to jump right into the accessories. You're going to bounce around a little bit, and I'm going to kind of show you. I've got links down at the bottom for everything. Anything that you think that might be exciting or something that you want, certainly put in the comments below if you have any questions on anything or if you want to see it in action or anything like that. So I'm going to start out with a couple of things that help kind of protect the car on the inside from everything that you're going to bring into it from the outside. Namely the floor mats, right? So we bought the floor mats. We have a floor mat for the driver, the passenger, for the back row on the ground. And we also bought one for the front in case we spill anything in there. And also in the back, it kind of covers the entire carpeted area there. And then the sub trunk, just one of the two sub trunks down there. And the idea behind it is they're really form fitted to the car. And the idea is just to kind of keep everything that you would potentially spill, keep it right there in the car, so that it doesn't get on the carpet, it doesn't ruin the carpet, doesn't ruin anything that you got there. So, and we bought those, they were Tesmanian floor mats, and like I said, the link will be down at the bottom for these, but it is something that looking back, I'm glad we got them. The car does come with floor mats. They didn't used to, so pre-2019 or so, they didn't come with floor mats. They do now, but they're the carpeted floor mats. So we wanted to make sure and protect the car as much as possible, so we got the floor mats. And that actually jumps me into number 2, which is a protector for the back for your pets. And we have a golden retriever. He's a hair mess when he's back there, makes a mess of everything. And then we wanted to protect him in case he has any accidents back there. So this is something we found on Amazon. It's not the most expensive, but it fits in perfect. You can throw it in the wash machine to clean it, and it fills the entire space there and also covers the bumper for when he's jumping in the car. So a pet protector mat. And then it jumps me into kind of the next thing. Number 3 would be a seat protector for the baby seat. As you can see, we have a car seat back there, and the first thing that we wanted to do is protect the seat. She's rear facing right now too. It protects it from her kicking the seat, but also underneath the seat so you don't get those indentations from putting the seatbelt or the car seat in there really tight. So that's number 3, being the baby protector seat. And then another thing is, and it's something I never even thought about until I watched a video of some guy throwing a backpack into the car. One of the belt buckles hit the screen and it cracked it. So is a screen protector, and you can kind of see it on here. It actually helps, stop fingerprints on the screen, which is great. It's got a matte finish on it that helps with glare, and it's not expensive, and it's something that you can do yourself. It's a real easy install too. So getting a screen protector for your screen is definitely important. You'd rather crack that than crack the actual screen because they're certainly expensive to replace. So the next thing I'm thinking about, and this would be number 5, 4, 5, is a SSD drive, right? So you get a brand new Tesla, and it actually comes with an SSD drive that you can plug in, like a mini USB port thing, into the glove box. Now, if you don't have that, you definitely need it. You need something that can write and rewrite on itself for Sentry mode, for your dash cam to save the footage. So it's something that's really important to have, and it's something that you want to be kind of small, compact, and discreet. And the one we have, it's a little bit bigger than, it's really thin, and it's maybe as big as, I don't even know. It's really small. It's really small and compact, and it's not as visible. So if you were to, a thief were to break into the car and they knew what they were looking for, they would actually have to be looking for it in order to see it, because it kind of blends in with the background a little bit. So that was my first top 5 things. So then coming into the bottom ones, some of these things are just going to make it more comfortable in the vehicle while you're on road trips, while you're traveling around, while you put things like your Yeti mug in there. And a couple of accessories to just kind of make it a little bit more comfortable in the vehicle. So, the first one is going to be this cup holder thing, right? So the cup holders in the Teslas, there's nothing in between them. So if you get something big like a Yeti mug, it fits in perfect. But if you get something a little bit smaller, like a Starbucks cup, you have a bottle of water, a can of soda, something like that, and it just kind of bounces around in the cup holder. So you want something to stabilize it. Now, originally I had bought some a rubber cup holder insert that kind of filled the entire thing. The downside to it was that when you pulled your cup out, it actually pulled the rubber insert out every time. So it was kind of a pain in the butt. So I ended up going with this one, and it sticks in there, it fits in there perfect, our cups fit in there perfect, and it does a good job of holding everything that we have. So this next one is actually kind of a fun thing, but it comes in handy when you're stopped. Whether you're stopped at a drive-through and you're sitting in the parking lot eating your food, you go on a road trip, you stopped at a supercharger and you get some food. Instead of having, as the driver, having to try to put your food and your drink and everything in your lap, getting this steering wheel tray, it puts it there, and then you can put everything that you're eating right on the tray, and it holds it in place for you, and you're good to go. Number 8 on the list, 8 is it's a secret compartment thing. So inside of the armrest, there's actually a space or a slot that's kind of empty. I'm not sure why it's like that, but you can get this thing that actually goes in there, it inserts and it sticks right to it, and it ends up giving you a slot to put stuff. I mean, if you're looking for it, you can find it, but it's nice to put like the registration, your insurance card in there maybe. If you were jumping out and you wanted to throw like your wallet in there, it just kind of keeps it out of the interior space of the car, so that it's not as easily viewable or accessible from like somebody looking to grab something quick from your car. So it's just kind of a secret compartment, and that space is there already. So it's a perfect use of it. And then it kind of leads me into my last thing. Now this is like a 8, 9, 10, 9, 10 kind of mixed together. It's actually the ceramic coating, the PPF, and the window tint. You can kind of see that the top of the car is actually really tinted, and it's a UV protecting glass to kind of block the heat transfer through it, which is nice. But the windows in the front, the back comes with a factory tint, but the front windows aren't tinted, so we wanted to get them darker. We tinted them as dark as we could legally in our area. And then we also put a PPF film on the front of the car to protect it from rocks and chips and stuff like that, because we want to take care of the vehicle. And then we also put ceramic coating on the outside of the car. And I'll put a link up there to a video that I put of kind of washing the car. You can see what it does with the ceramic coating. The water just kind of beads off it, which is kind of nice. And then also, the PPF goes to protect it. Now, we got really lucky with our car. We didn't have any paint defects or anything like that in it. Something you obviously check when you go take delivery of the vehicle. But we wanted to make sure that as we keep this car, because we are planning on keeping this car for the long haul, that we don't, we take care of the paint. We take care of the outside of the car. We're, preventing it from stuff kicking up on us. Where we live, there's a lot of salt on the road, a lot of rocks and stuff like that. So, kicking it up on the car happens often, and we wanted to be able to protect it as much as possible. So things I wanted to kind of throw out there as, stuff to really kind of consider, stuff to think about when you go to buy a Tesla is, some of the accessories that you can get. You're going to notice that you can find 1,001 accessories online when you start looking at it. There's 1,001 videos about the accessories, and you might be thinking to yourself, what do I actually need? What's actually going to benefit me, and how's it going to look in the car and stuff like that. So I hope this helped you with some of your buying decisions, at least with some of the stuff that you can get with the car. Looking back on it, we love it. We love the vehicle. We've had her about 6 months. We've had the opportunity to use some of these accessories and get a feel for how they work, and everything that we've used in the car, everything that we talked about today is something that we've been able to use firsthand, whether it's with our dog, the baby with the seat protector, the SSD drive for the dash cam, stuff like that, and all the way down to the steering wheel tray. It's something that we've been able to use. I would recommend them just because they actually work, and they work as well as they're supposed to. And then on top of that, they're not going to break the bank. We don't have anything other than the PPF and the ceramic coating is going to cost however much wherever you find it in your area, but everything else is relatively inexpensive. I really appreciate you guys watching. Make sure to hit that like button if you haven't already. Think about subscribing, and I hope you guys have a fantastic day.